Hello everyone, Keith from Blood Moon Comics here. We're going to go over the releases for March 17th, Wednesday, March 17th. It's my standard operating procedure, what I do every week. Going to give you my picks, going to tell you what I read. And I got to tell you something, I'm not really inspired by apps. So most of the things that I tell you come from me and my reading and what I pick up and what I'm seeing the way that it used to be when I was younger. Okay, so I've been into comics since 1976. I'm 50 years old. So I did it the old-fashioned way. So for example, when Amazing Spider-Man 361 came out and I went from comic store to comic store to comic store, there was nobody there to tell me that, hey, this is a hot release and this and that and the other thing. You had to figure that out and then run back out, go to the store and get as much as you could. And a lot of times they would allocate it. So you would have to go to store to store to store to be able to get 5, 6, 7 copies of something. You'd have to go to 7 different stores. I did that on Long Island and I live in Florida now. So enough about me. Let's move on to the comics. So I actually want to start with a serial number 2 by Terry Moore from Abstract Studios. This was released, as you can see from the upper left on the screen, on February 24th. I keep telling everybody that this is a series to watch. I've said it before. Any app even mentioned it. I have the video to prove it. Look back at some of my videos and you'll see I've been talking about serial since before it came out and telling you guys to pick this up. The print run is super low. Super low. Number 2 is going for anywhere between right now $20 and $40. I was looking it up today on eBay. I was like, this is insane. You know, I spec buy a lot, and the reason why I'm looking is because I actually have 2 copies, okay, of serial number 2. I have 3 copies of serial number 1, and that would be a first print and second print of number 1. This series, I'm telling you, is straight up badass. So you're going to see me move my screen around and stuff. I don't do super fancy edits. I don't care about that. I just want to give you guys the basic facts. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm moving over here because I want to see this. Because I was looking at these reviews from March 10th. This young killer is smart and lethal, especially when it involves someone she cares about. The cops seem to be clueless, and this young lady is on the move again. Can't wait to see what she does next. So when they say young killer, just so you know, this little girl here, she's like 35 years old. Listen, I read Echo and Rachel Rising because I've been following Terry Moore for a long time. This is a great story. If you guys want just a great story, I always tell people you can have a great story and crappy art and it'll be a really good comic, and you could have a crappy story and a I don't know if I said that right. You could have a crappy story and really good art and it's still crappy. You can have subpar art and a great story and it'll shine. This guy has both. He can draw like the best of them. This guy's been around for a long time. And this guy, I'm telling you, I'm super stoked about this series serial. So I want to read this to you too. I think that personally, that if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna tell you straight up that -5 of 5 stars. There's nothing right now that I have to critique about this story. Nothing. 0. This series is building up nicely. It's only number 2, but we're already starting to see how sinister the series is going to be. 10-year-old, but not really. See, there you go. Immortal psychopath Zoe hunting our so far unnamed serial killer. When they do catch up with each other, I think it's going to be spectacular. A much darker issue this month without the horror of Zoe's dreams, but I know from the Rachel Rising series that Terry Moore can deliver on the thriller as much as he can with the humor. and drama and the comedy. The backdrop on this issue centered more around the fallout of the events on issue number 1. It gave us a nice insight into Zoe's situation and her place in the world, and that sort of character writing is what Moore does best, regardless of the genre he's working in. I mean, why 4 stars? I don't understand. I will probably say this every time I review one of his books, but if you aren't or haven't read any of his work before, you are missing out, and this is looking like a great series to start with. This is what I'm telling you. This guy, Obsessed Nerd, nails it. The only thing that he did not nail is he gave it 4 stars instead of 5, but that's his opinion. I have mine. And the story, what I really like about the story is that it makes sense the way that things happen, meaning something happens and Zoe is going to do things and she's trying to figure things out, and it's not the typical, look at, he's got a great story here, guys. Please pick this up, look at it, try to find issue 1, try to find issue 2. Issue 1 has a first and second printing. Issue 2 sold out the day that it came out. I said it in the video when I bought it. And I'm telling you guys, please, just get the book. All right? It's certainly worth your time. All right, so let's go on to what's coming out. And by the way, this website here is really cool, and I like it a lot. It's called leagueofcomicgeeks.com. I just stumbled across this. So I've been using it a little bit here and there in my videos, and I really like this website. I'm probably going to get more involved with this website. Okay, so on to our new releases. We have the mighty Image Comics. So Invincible is becoming a Prime movie, for those of you that didn't know. I didn't know that. I just found it out. So that's an issue I actually might pick up. I don't know. It's a reprint, so we'll see. So I did not go through any of this. I'm actually literally going through it with you right now as we're hitting this. So you got Kick-Ass and Hit Girl, Not My Thing, Nocterra number 1, Glow in the Dark variant. I'm passing. If you guys want it, fantastic. Oblivion Song, this is a trade paperback, but if you guys haven't had the pleasure of reading this story, you need to. Radiant Black number 2, I'm getting this, and I'm probably going to get the Greco cover. That's pretty badass right there. Stillwater trade paperback, I'm reading that as well. So if you haven't had the pleasure of reading that story, that's also a great story. Tartarus number 10, Ultra Mega by James Harren number 1. I'm not doing that unless I flip through it in the comic store, and I know that it has the Skybound symbol on it, and I've been talking in my videos about Skybound. Right here, you guys can see me moving the mouse right there. Skybound puts out some really good stuff in conjunction with Image, and it seems like that's more of a prime publishing zone for Image. I'm not really sure what the relationship is, but Skybound doesn't fool around, man. They put out some good stuff. So this, I don't know. I gotta see. I don't like the title. Something about the title doesn't, fit with me. So again, I might pick it up if I see it and it really appeals to me. So you have The Walking Dead number 11, the deluxe edition, which we all know now this is reprints, and this is in full color. I'll be getting that. I'm getting all of those. So Dark Horse, let me see here. I'm just going to run through, see if anything I want to talk about. That's a nice cover. I know it's a trade paperback, but damn, that's a nice cover. And you already have the Norse mythology. I'm reading that. That's written by Neil Gaiman. So that's a great chance for you guys if you didn't get the comics. You could pick up the trade paperback. It's pretty good. Okay, so from there, I'm going to move on to IDW. There's really not too much from Dark Horse this week. G.I. Joe. If you have kids, My Little Pony. Star Trek Year 5. I did do a couple of Star Trek runs through IDW. I didn't stick with it because it just started to not appeal to me. So Star Wars Adventures number 4. I'm a little confused because I have 1 and 2. I don't have 3. Are they skipping an issue, guys? Tell me down below because I don't know what I'm missing. Okay, so the Turtles 115, I've been reading that. It's been pretty good. And then the last Ronin's pretty good. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ongoing 115, there's going to be a fight with Jenica and one of the other villains. I can't remember his name. And it's the first time that they're meeting. You have Transformers, cool franchise, but that's not for me. Okay, so Marvel Comics. Here we go. Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade. I'm trying this series out without a doubt. And I'm going to get cover A or cover C. Those are the two that really appeal to me. Okay? So you have Captain America Anniversary Tribute. I'm not getting that. You have Captain Marvel number 27. I believe that I'm at a point where I've run the full race with that title. I don't think I'm going to be reading it anymore. You have Champions number 5. I'm going to give that one more shot. And the reason why with Champions for me, it's unfortunately comparing it to Strange Academy, and Strange Academy is far superior. So cover A looks really good to me. Dawn of X trade paperback. You have Iron Fist, Heart of Dragon, number 3 of 6. I read the first issue. I stopped because the story was absolutely, in my opinion, foolishness. If you want to know what I mean, ask me in the thing or watch the video where Iron Fist first came out. And that's so unfortunate because he was one of my first characters. Power Man and Iron Fist were my first characters that I was into as a young kid. So you got Iron Man number 7. Okay, so you have the woman's variant. And then you have the cover A. And then I'm going to get the Cho, as I have last week. I'm going to do the two-tones. And then you have King in Black Spider-Man number 1. I'll be getting that. I just read the Captain America one that was subpar. The King in Black Captain America. I didn't really like it too much. I thought it was a little bit of the same of everything. So hopefully this one ups the ante a little bit. Again, you got Spider-Woman number 10, and you have the Cho two-tone. I'll be getting that. I really like that cover. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. And then you have Star Wars High Republic 4th printing. I'm probably going to skip that. Let's stop here for a second because we have some major issues right here. We have Sword number 4. If you guys do not have Sword, you probably can get most of the issues for cover price. Watch this series, I'm telling you. This series is the best of X right now. So you have Thor 13. I'm going to be doing the Cho two-tone. It's a Kate's title, so it's probably going to be pretty good. That's what my expectations are always whenever I read Kate's. And then I have another gift coming out, and that's X-Force number 18. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't do a two-tone in that because I would have liked to see a two-tone. But I will tell you, I really like the Liefeld 30th anniversary variant. So I'm going to be getting that because because we know that, he helped create Deadpool and stuff. And Cable, and he was drawing it for a long time. That brings me back, man, to the 90s. I love it. I'm picking it up. Yes, please. Okay, so let's move on. Dynamite. It's... Dynamite is much in the same all the time. It's Vampirella and it's Lady Death all the time. I mean, they're going to beat that horse to death. All right, so Abbott, as I've said in the past, unfortunately, I was interested in that series, but I did miss it. Expanse number 4, I couldn't get into the TV show, therefore that did not interest me whatsoever. Jim Henson's Storyteller, no thank you. And Orcs number 2. Origins number 5 of 6. I wanted to do that and I missed that. Not that I couldn't have pulled it. I don't know what was going on, if I just had too many titles for that week and I didn't want to get it. So, okay, so you got for the indies, and I'm going to say this every time I shoot a video until you guys tell me to stop. Look at your independence beyond Image, because I'm starting to see that Image has a big slice of the pie. You have your main ones. You have Dark Horse, you have Boom. That's why they have their own categories. So anything outside of those categories, look at them. There's gems in here, okay? So you have American Ronin from AWA. I talk about him all the time. That's the trade paperback. Okay. You have Bequest number 1 from Aftershock Comics. I'll be getting that. I believe I ordered that. Bloodshot Rising Spirit trade paperback. Valiant is just... they're killing me. Breathers, I ordered issue 1, and I read it, and that's where it stopped for me. Scout Comics has Children of the Grave number 3. I missed that. Dead Day trade paperback volume 1 from Aftershocks. That's pretty good. Then you have here with the King in Black from Dynamic Forces, you have a lot of King in Black stuff, CGC graded and stuff like that. Dose from It's Alive number 2. I don't know anything about that. Erratic from AWA. Sorry, I stumbling and mumbling. AWA. That's a good story. I like it. It's fun. It's cool. And then you have, let's see here. What is this? Actually, I came by that. I'm not a big fan of Antarctic Press. I don't think I have but maybe 5 issues from them total, and I have thousands and thousands of comics. That actually looks pretty cool to me. So it's like little short stories. So I don't think that my store will have that because they don't normally do that. I am reading I Walk with Monsters. It's from Vault Comics. The story it's okay. It's kind of fallen off for me a little bit. It's getting a little boring. I need something big to happen, or otherwise I'm going to can that. So let's move on. You have Maniac of New York, second printing. If you can get that, get it. I would strongly recommend it. From Ablaze Studios, you have Maria Lovett's Eero Psyche number 1. I don't know anything about it. It's got 3 covers. Midnight Western from Scout Comics. Guys, check out Scout. It's pretty good. And for those of you who don't know, Ani Press right here is a subsidiary of Boom Studios. And I actually know that Ani was around first. So Boom became the main driver there. So again, Ani Press. Take a look at them because they did like Letter 44 a couple of years back, and that was a really good run. It was supposed to be a TV show, and that again was before the apps and all this other stuff, and it was supposed to be a TV show, and I don't think it ever panned out, or they're just waiting to film it. You have Aftershock, you have Red Atlantis. I did miss that. Robin Hood from Xenoscope. From Valiant Entertainment, you do have Savage with 2 different covers. I'll be getting that. We'll see how that goes. And again, Mad Cave Studio, you have They Fell from the Sky, number 2. I didn't get number 1, just mentioning it. And then it looks like we have a bunch of jumbly jumbles after that. Nothing that really interests me. So if I had to do any picks for this week, it would be Radiant Black number 2, without a doubt. And it would be, let me do one more pick for you, and then we'll see how well I do. It's going to be, I think it's going to be, hang on one second here. It's going to be, I think, oh, there's another variant that I missed before, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to get that cover too. Liefeld. I'm actually going to do that because I really like Deadpool. He's kind of cool. And I'll be getting that. And I do think that, I'm going to say this. I mean, listen, we know that Thor is good. I'm going to tell you that this is going to be my other pick, is Sword. Al Ewing is writing it. For those of you who don't know, Al Ewing does Immortal Hulk. He's been absolutely destroying it. And this is the best Sword. Sword is the best X title of them all. So I'm going to go with Sword as my second pick, okay? We'll see how I do. Let's see how well this ages. Okay, DC Comics, guys. Batman Beyond trade paperback. I do have a lot of the Batman Beyond. Batman Ra's al Ghul, number 5 of 6. I don't know how I missed this. This is weird. I don't know how I missed it. It's a Neil Adams title. You could tell his artwork. It's very, very distinctive. Just so you guys know, back in the day, Neil Adams did a comic company called Continuity Comics. Look it up. It was okay, and I met him at a, I used to do shows because, as most of you know who've been watching me, I am a writer. I'm traditionally published. I sold movies to Hollywood and stuff like that. So I meet some of these people here and there, and I met Mr. Adams, and I asked him about Continuity Comics. He told me he was going to restart it, but that was like 7 years ago, so I don't think that's going anywhere right now. But Catwoman number 29, I'm not getting it, but I think something happens in that story. I'm not sure what, but I heard something through the grapevine. Justice League 59, I'm not getting that. Looney Tunes 259, not getting that. Nightwing 78. The thing with Nightwing is the person that's put in charge of like the city or something in like a prominent sort of political role gets put into power, and it's got the same last name as the person that killed his parents. I don't know what the tie-in is, but we'll see. So you have Revolver graphic novel by Matt Kindt. Matt Kindt is really, really good. You have The Sensational Wonder Woman, Chapter 11, Issue 11. I'm not getting it. Superman versus Shazam. I'm not getting it. Superman Red and Blue. I am getting it, and this is my pick from DC, is the Superman Red and Blue. I think it might be pretty cool. So with that said, I'm going to leave you guys right now and tell you thank you for watching. And I want to remind you, sorry about that, I want to remind you guys to get Serial. Serial. Number 3 is coming out. Get 1 and 2. Take care. Let me know if you guys are reading anything you want me to cover. I'll see you guys on Thursday with the with my pickups and my reviews, and then my future picks. My future picks, not from an app. Mine.